It's NBA draft day, but more importantly, Jayar Jackson, Francis Maxwell in the house. But it is NBA draft day, you guys, and the build-up is intense. There's lots of college kids, international players coming out. We've been talking about it a lot. I just want to point out Rick Strom's particular favorite is Luka Doncic. He keeps talking about him. I'm wondering why. But, you know, I mean, I get the talent. But you know what? It actually intrigues me what happens with the teams and their established teams and what they'll do with players that are already in the league to set up for the draft. Because honestly, draft stuff leads to bust or make it, and who knows what that's going to be until they make it or they bust. Yeah, let's keep it real. But there's a lot of talent. There's potential chance for superstardom here. But particularly, I want to talk about what the Cavs have to do in this upcoming draft. We talk about the Warriors all the time and the moves they'll make. But the Cavaliers, with the potential of losing LeBron James, have to make a decision on draft day today, when in reality he gets until June 29th, another, 8 days, to decide whether or not he's going to stay, to announce whether or not he's going to go ahead and opt out and become a free agent or stick with Cleveland. So if you're the GM here and you have to make a move, what do you do?
So I've been going back and forth on this. Because the thing, like, LeBron James at this point, like, you can read into it. I mean, this time last year, 2 years ago, I remember we were covering it, and it was like, oh, what pages is he liking on Instagram? What tweets is he liking? That's what I was trying to get a read on what he's trying to do with his career. And at the moment, he's kept it pretty airtight. Like, there's just nothing that's indicating what decision he's going to be made. I think, in my own personal opinion, and I will take full credit for this, and we will bring up the old TYT Sports clip where I said this back 2 years ago, that I thought LeBron James's next team was going to be the 76ers to link up with Joel Embiid.
How long ago did you say this?
2 years ago. I'm telling you, find the clip. Mary, whoever's editing, find it. Jason remembers it because I texted him about it. But anyway, that was the decision I thought was going to be made. But I'm telling you, man, you can't do this. You can't lie on the internet because they will find you and they will scrutinize you for it. There's so much pressure on the Cavs, in my opinion. Like, there's pressure on any team when it comes to draft day. I love the draft. I've always talked about this as well because it's from my background, it's nothing like we do when it comes to signing players. But I think it is such an important system that's put in place. The Cavs are going to be made. They're going to have two decisions, right? It's going to be, are we drafting based on trying to do our best to keep LeBron James? We're bringing in someone who we think is going to be an immediate player to come in. I know that based on the mock draft, they have Wendell Carter Jr., right? I think he could fit in. He's NBA ready with some aspects of his game. He has to adjust. Do they bring in someone that's like, okay, LeBron, we're giving it another shot. We're going to build a team around you, but their decisions will have to be made around who they acquire, whether it's, I don't know, someone like a Kawhi Leonard would need to come into that decision. How do you adjust that? But if they don't get LeBron James on board and they're drafting based on rebuilding, then it changes as well because they're starting to think, okay, who are we building around this franchise with the LeBron Jamesless team? And that is a horrible decision to have to be in at this point.
Yeah, one of those could be Kevin Love. But I just want to point out there was a thought as far as that. If we go down to the next part of this story from NBA.com, it said there's also a chance that Cleveland could select a guard to entice a major trade. So that's part of the thought process. The Cavs have long been interested in Charlotte's Kemba Walker, who will be a free agent after next season. Atlanta player of that caliber will send a resounding message to LeBron that they intend on keeping his championship hopes alive. Okay, so as we're talking about a dynamic guard like Kemba Walker would be the type of thing you want to bring in. He had Kyrie Irving when he was there and he won, and they actually overcame the mountain that is Golden State Warriors. So they may need another one like that. They tried that last year when they brought in Isaiah Thomas. Didn't work out. And so you may need to try and recreate that. It's the only thing you can do as Cleveland to entice him to stay around. But you almost have to read his mind. So there's another thing I was thinking. Do you think it's because, by the way, LeBron has been in the dark, as you mentioned, right? He's trying to read what he's saying. He's not telling Cleveland anything. He's not telling the ownership and the GM anything. He's on vacation with his family. And they just have to guess. I mean, that's what's being told. I don't know, maybe
and there's no banana boats this year. Usually when they've done the banana boat with Chris Paul and Dwayne Wade, you're like, okay, is he going to go with one of those guys? And there's no banana boat, so we're literally in the dark at the moment.
And so, so again, you're in the world of the way pro athletes do things. It's other sports, but the thing is do you think it's kind of, not dirty, but would you give that courtesy to the team and be like, listen, you guys, I'm 75% leaning away. So at least they know where they're going with this.
I think the general team players should, I think, at least inform their teammates of the way their mind, where their mind is at. But LeBron James, we always know, is a different animal to everyone else. Like, he is as in control of that franchise as anyone else. And what I think is the franchise, whether it was his decision or not, let him down last year. I thought they made some of the worst decisions in terms of their trades. Like, on paper, if you looked at the starting five they had during the regular season when they had Isaiah Thomas and they had Dwayne Wade to come off the bench and some experience and a little bit more electricity about that starting five, they would have, by far and away, in my opinion, been better competitors to the Golden State Warriors. Still wouldn't have won, but the decisions that are made behind the scene, I'm not going to say that LeBron knew of these and he signed off on them. I'm sure if they consulted him even. But the background staff at the Cavaliers really need to make a decision and make a sensitive decision as to whether or not they're going to be doing this to keep LeBron James there, because what I saw in the regular season, and even trading Kyrie Irving, they looked to me like they weren't building for a next year where LeBron James was going to be there. They looked like it was either trying to get a quick fix and try to beat the Golden State Warriors this year with the team, but not building for the future. And I don't know what they're going to do going forward with LeBron, but does LeBron owe them anything after the decisions they made this year? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, also, but they're kind of banking on Kevin Love. They already said also, next quote on Kevin Love, the Cavaliers are not actively shopping an all-star forward heading into this draft, which is today. ESPN was told. Also, regardless of what decision he makes about the future, they plan on keeping Kevin Love into next season as well. So this seems to be the piece they're building around. And Kevin Love was also asked about it, and he was like, well, you know, I mean, you never know what the future holds, but it's going to be okay for me. I don't know. I mean, Kevin Love's numbers are okay. And he's a star. He's an all-star type of player.
Yeah.
But when you're playing with the shadow of LeBron James, it's kind of hard to see it. So, I mean, again, it's a style of play if you're going to build around LeBron, or if you're going to build around Kevin Love. And, I mean, you can only do what you can. You can't get rid of everyone and then start all over as a team that was just in the finals for 4 straight years.
I know. We'll see.
Comment, let me know what you guys think. Who should they build around? How should they do this? Let's see how this works. Check it out.